Hiya! Now today we're going to do a thing. We're going to be swapping out these 1, 2, 3, 4 spotlights in our den with these 3-inch Vari lights that I bought on Amazon for £30 odd. There's 6 in a box, so I've used one elsewhere. And these lights, nice and white, so they don't stand out on the ceiling. 2 wires for your power in, and you just take out the old light, pull back these springs, slot them in, and they sit almost flush because they're ultra thin. Now the reason why I'm changing these is because these ones have Alexa compatibility, so I can tell the lights to turn on, turn off, dim, change the colour, all those sorts of things. Right, let's get to it. So first things first, turn the lights off. Yeah, so I don't really know what I'm going to find when I start pulling these lights out, but let's get into it. Twist it, take out the bulb, feel inside, find the spring bits, give them a wiggle to get them out. Okay, and there's 1, there's 2, and out he comes. Slowly, 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 try not to mangle the ceiling too much. There we go. Right, now because these are old, these lights, I'm just going to reuse this chocolate block that's here. A little electrical screwdriver in there. 1 for the earth that we are not really using. And 3. That's it. That's 1 out. I'm just checking over here. Grab one of the new lights. So brown to brown, blue to blue. Then I'll put the cover back over and take that back up. But before I do that, I also want to make sure it works. On. So I've clipped the cover back on, I poke the wire up inside, and I get these 2 clips here and make sure there's nothing on either side. Poke him up, poke him through, and look at that. Nice and flat. Do the next one. Okay, so step 1, take out the bulb. Cover off. Again, 1, 2, 3, blue and blue, brown and brown, turn him up. And that, my friends, is pretty much the process. Just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Put the wire back up, put that in there. Okay, so I've got to do a little bit of paint around the edges, maybe a bit of filler, but another one done. So same again. Out with the light, take out the bulb, put your thumbs in, find where the spring bits are, a slow and gentle wiggle out. This one, the springs are broken off. And use the tape. 1, 2, 3. So you can see it's pretty easy and pretty quick to swap these lights out. The finishing effect is superb. And you don't need a separate bulb either for these. These are all-in-one LEDs with a lifespan of 36,000 hours, which is quite a long time. Okay, your springs, 1, 2, and up it goes. Okay, sorted. So you can see this one's already poking out, so it's not in very well at all. The spring clips, walk it out, nice and gentle. Blue to blue, brown to brown. Yeah, these are the colours that we use in the UK, you see. So blue is meant to be neutral and brown is meant to be live. Up we go. It's it clips and there we go. So I've got to do a bit of filling around this one and a bit of painting in. Let's see if they turn on. So this light switch, I'm going to have to change it from a dimmer to a on-off switch because the dimmer won't work anymore because the variable in the dimmer is built into the lights now. Okay, physical bit's done. So after I installed the new light switch and installed the BRmesh app, then you have to create a new group. So I called this one Den. And then you need to discover your devices. So none of them are in the list currently, they're already allocated to other areas in the house. So you go to the plus button in the top right corner, and then you turn the lights off, and then you turn them on again, and whilst it's scanning it then will find the lights, and then you can go to your Den group and go to the group equipment, and then find the devices that are unassigned and add them to Den. So you have to go Den, then add. So I'm adding these 4 lights. It's a good idea to write these numbers down, like AC91, for example. So we get onto that a bit later. So the next step is to create a virtual hub. So you go to the virtual hub, and I've got room number 4. So I select room number 4 and I rename that to Den. And now, because I know the numbers, because I wrote them down, I add in all 4 of those, but then I choose one of them to be the hub. You then need to activate Alexa in the BRM app. So you'll go to, and then go down, find your light, click the reset button. It will go into a discovery mode, and you then tell Alexa to discover devices, and then she'll find it. I then go to my Alexa app. I create a group called Den, because that's where these lights are. I then go in the app and I say lights. It says it's found 2 devices. I then go back into my Den group and add those lights. Right, so we are pretty much done. I had to replace the dimmer switch because it was causing the lights to trigger off and on. And then also you need to have one of these little Alexas in the room for them to work. But once you've got it on, you can do things like say, Alexa, turn on the Den lights. And you can say, Alexa, turn the Den lights yellow. And you can say things like, Alexa, turn off the Den lights. There you go, nice and easy. So I was so impressed with these lights that I fitted a whole load of them in my kitchen, and then I fitted a whole load of them in my dining room, and then I also fitted a whole load of them in my garden room. So which adds up to maybe 30, 31 lights in total. But the overall effect is pretty cool. Alexa, turn off the downstairs spotlights. There you go. Cool, huh?